Good afternoon, folks. This is Fred Campos, Full Custody Dad on Twitter. I'm the owner of DaddyGotCustody.com, a blog that helps good parents with custody issues. And every Wednesday I told you I would stop what I was doing and maybe have a 10-minute chat with you about a particular tip or issue that we can discuss. Today I'm actually on site doing some SEO work for a client, but I didn't want to skip this episode. So what we're going to talk about today is for those folks who have not gone through the divorce but are certainly contemplating the divorce. One of the issues, one of the ideas I want to throw at you that I have observed that you may want to take into consideration is it possible to delay the divorce until after the kids are grown? Now, I know what you're saying. You're saying, Fred, even the reason that we're even discussing divorce means we've reached this point in our relationship where we can't move forward. But I want to throw a test out to you that I did the first couple months that I was teaching this course in Austin, San Antonio, and Houston. I asked everybody in my class and said, hey, if your spouse that you're getting ready to divorce had just won the Texas lottery, where they had received about 5 or 10 million, how many, by a show of hands, could stay married at least until the kids were grown? And believe it or not, when I did this in a survey class, about 90% of the hands went up. So then I paused for a minute. We had this discussion. I said, now, why is it you could stay married for $10 million until your kids are grown, but you can't delay the divorce until after the kids are grown? See, the deal with divorce, probably the secret that nobody's going to tell you, is that although you are in a situation where you feel that you can no longer live with your spouse, it has such a dramatic effect on your kids. You know, and being in a blended family, dealing with two households, going back and forth. We're doing the very best that we can as far as how to deal with it, but it has a huge impact on the kids. And if you're divorcing, let's say you have one child and he or she is 15 years old, what I'm asking you to do is to take in consideration, could you not tarry that divorce for 3 years? Don't be selfish about yourself. Is there any way that you could possibly work it out with your spouse? You guys could move maybe into separate bedrooms. You could come up with some other sleeping arrangements if necessary. You could agree to live under the same roof but not have any communication. But could you do it for your kids? And I want to ask that question. I want you to think about it. Now, I know some of you, the answer to that is absolutely not. That's the reason I'm getting divorced. We're dealing with issues that we can't get past. But the question I wanted to throw out today is, could you do it for your kids? And my hypothesis is you probably could. It just requires you to be very creative and think outside the box. And the reason I know that is true is because 90% of you said, yes, for $10 million, I could figure out a way to do that. So if there was a certain amount of money that would make you tarry this, not forever, but for a period of time on behalf of your kids, then you got to ask yourself, well, how much level of pain, how much of maybe putting behind some forgiveness or some selfishness that I could, put a lid on for a period of time that I could get through it. So again, for many of you, this may not be a solution at all. All I'm trying to do in this tip is give you an idea is if any way possible to delay the divorce into a later period of time, until perhaps your kids are grown. It would have a much positive impact on your kids. It would allow you, or both of you and your spouse, to have an everyday relationship with your kids. Once you get divorced, and regardless of whether you're the custodial or non-custodial parent, you're not going to have a day-to-day relationship with your kids, and your entire life is going to change. So it's something to consider if you're considering divorce. It's something to think about, something maybe to talk with your ex about. It's certainly something to take under consideration. So folks, my name is Fred Campos. If you want more information, please check out our blog at www.daddygotcustody.com. We also have an online course for about $19.97 a month. That's at www.daddygotcustody.com/course. And then join me every Wednesday from 12 to 12:15 Central Standard Time, and we'll discuss Facebook Live. Put in your questions in the comments, and they'll become future questions and answers that maybe I can help you with. If there's anything I can do, feel free to reach out to me. You can also follow me on Twitter. I'm Full Custody Dad on Twitter. So I look forward to helping you and seeing more of your questions, and be the very best parent that you can be. Do it for your kids. Talk to you soon. Stay tuned.